Hi guys, how are you doing? I'm going to try to be done in 15 minutes max. How are you all doing? I'm not going to waste your time today. Our youths are not better than our elders. Let nobody fool you. Our youths are not better than our elders. Because when you see a 35 to 40-year-old in Nigeria, there are certain things you expect, and it's not by book. I utterly dislike it when people start showing PhD. How many PhDs does Mark Zuckerberg have? He's successfully running Facebook. How many PhDs does Bill Gates have? Or Richard Branson? When you start quoting plenty education, it has nothing to do with education. It just has everything to do with the will to change. It starts with a youth giving credit to God. I will never vote for anybody that gives credit to God. Let our fathers give credit to God. It's time to take credit and failures personally. I am your leader because I was able to win an election, not because God put me there. We are not in pre-biblical era. We are not what do I call it? Israelites coming out of Egypt, where God has to send us a Moses. Let me tell you a fact for free. Britain colonized Singapore. Today, Singapore is richer than Britain. And they are not Christians. We need people that will say, I'm sorry I failed. Not it was the devil. We need people to say, I won this election because I was deserving. I had the best ideas. I had the best dreams. I had the vision for the people. And I combined all those with my abilities to canvass votes, not God revealed to a pastor. I now won. Enough of that nonsense. The people who are taking care of Canada, the people who are taking care of Singapore, the people who are taking care of China, is it God that put them there? It makes our God look like a failure. I say this all the time. Nigerian God is like a failed God. God put somebody like these, your leaders, in power. Whoever put Trudeau in power is greater than God. Because Trudeau is working on all your leaders combined. None of your leaders in Nigeria, including the best of them, Peter Obi, cannot be local government councillor in Canada or the UK. Enough. Someone said newly ranked to Japan. The Japanese are Shintoists. They worship the sun. Yet their leadership strategies are 100 times better than us that God is putting in office. Think about it. So the sun is more powerful than God. You see, when you bring religion into places that is not, you are disgracing God. When you squeeze religion into places that religion has no business in, you make God look silly. Think about it. You work hard, you earn a salary, buy a Tokumbo car, and you say it is God. Meanwhile, the person that built that car and owns the car company does not believe in God. An outsider looking at the two of you would think your God is weaker than the person who built the car's God. or whatever it is the person who built the car is worshiping. And if it is not worshiping anything, that nothing is bigger than your God. We need young people who can claim responsibility for their actions and inactions. Our leaders are bad, our leaders are bad, our leaders are bad. How good are the youths? How good are the youths? Have you ever sat down to ask yourself this question? How good are our youths? How good are we? How good have we raised our children? Someone said religion has been industrialized in Nigeria. It's the only thing we do. Where I live, Christ Embassy, mega church. Boju Yemadi on the same street, mega church. I'm not counting the small mushroom churches here and there. I'm talking about mega churches. Christ Embassy, Boju Yemadi, House on the Rock. These are churches that can house 5,000 people. This present day, 4 mega churches within walking distance of one another. Yet we have only one mosque that can house that amount of people. I keep saying it. Islam no be our problem. Forget those ones up north where they overdo it and they no send them. Regular Islam man is not our, because Islam has not been industrialized. They've not made a business out of it. They are not selling the Muslim God. Our own God is for sale. Bokulowe. I told one of my guys, sorry, one of my friends, a lady, I said, what kind of man are you looking for? Said she's looking for a God-fearing man. I said, no, those are the ones that will do you the worst type of Yahoo. God-fearing man. When the pastors that they are following are God-fearing and see the atrocities they are committing. Someone said, we have lots of credible youths in Nigeria, but the old men are kingmakers and will never choose nor allow them participate. You'll be amazed that even the youths that you think are good are already tainted. They're already tainted. You are failed on arrival if you win election and the first person you give credit to is God. When are you going to take your responsibility? Your responsibility comes with taking your own credit and taking your own falls. You think when the Japanese people win election, they come and say it is God? They thank the people who put them in, not God, the people. And they swear to the people that they are going to give them the leadership they want. And any day they fail to give them that leadership, the people kick them out. Someone say, who corrupt the youth? Yes. The elders corrupted the youth. But the youth took the corruption to the next level. They got master's degrees in the corruption. One of the youngest people to ever rule Nigeria in recent times is not Yahaya Bello. I'm not talking anything. I just ask you. They've not proven to be any better than the elders. When it comes to leadership in this country, let us start to vote for people who are accountable. Someone said the youth will always be better, sir. How have they give me track record of the youths that are better? How? Think about it. So I'm just going to open the line for one or two people to say what they want to say, and then I'm done. I said I wasn't going to be long today. How do we know the people that are accountable? It starts with when they come up and they don't shout God, 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 God. They don't have church banner behind them. They have a track record. They are honest. Ah, the youths have arrived. When Leo in youth,
and we don't have light.
you don't have light. Oh, Pele.
Good evening, Daddy.
Good evening. Let me hear from the two of you.
Okay, sir, so I'll let the man speak first, sir.
Okay, man, it's your turn to speak.
Youth that
Your
the
network
youth
is
are
not
still
good,
trying
sir.
to make a
Your network is not good. Please leave
oh
and come back so your network will be better. Your network is not better. It's not good. All right, madam. While we're waiting for you,
Good
let's hear
evening,
from you.
Daddy Freeze. Good
Good
evening,
evening.
everyone.
Where are you calling
Before
from?
I
Your
s-
network seems
Okay,
quite good.
sir. Okay, my network, I think here in my house, the network, the reception is really poor.
But it's
Okay, so I
actually
live in
good. Where are you
France.
from? You're in France.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Let me hear your story.
Okay, so I've been following you for some time, and trust me, these few days has been wonderful. So I want to thank you,
You're
and I'm really
welcome.
honored to be here. So today I spoke to someone, and he said that the freeze is an antichrist. I just smiled because he's one of those ushers. So that the freeze. So I'll talk about the headline. Our youths are not better. That the freeze. I concur because here in France, where I am, the government is stable. You made a statement, accountability.
Hmm.
That the freeze over here, everyone is held accountable. Young, once as long as you're an adult, that the freeze, you are held accountable for everything you do. So for Nigeria problem, it's not about being young or old because some of those young people, their intentions is also to steal. They don't have better intentions than the older ones. So we need someone who can be held accountable because everyone who goes into this Nigeria system wants to steal.
Hmm.
They want to better their family. They want to better the lives of their friends. So you see, Nigeria government, we are not talking about age. We need someone who understands what it is to be a leader. You should have the qualities of a leader. The youth that the freeze, I stand and restand that the youth cannot make Nigeria better. It's not possible. We just need someone who understands, someone who is intelligent, someone who knows the needs, who understands the needs of the people.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's easy to compromise the youth. Someone is saying Nigeria youth, they can be compromised. Yes, very easy. With small something like this, small that paper like this, it's finished. So we just need someone who is willing to serve that the freeze. So I don't have more to say. Like you said, whatever you say on this life from today is true.
Do you
Nobody
speak
has
French? Do
nobody,
you
no
speak
pastor.
French? Do you speak
Ah,
French?
je parlais, non, je ne parle pas français très bien.
Okay, that means you speak good French.
No, I don't, Johnny Pa. It means I
Very
don't
little.
speak very well because I'm new in France. I've spent barely
Okay.
1 year
When
and
their
six
leaders win
months.
election in France, do they come and say, God, thank God, I thank God?
You know, that they freeze. They know they talk and they don't say it. Over here, even in schools, you don't discuss your religion. In school, you are not allowed to discuss your religion. If you are Islam, if you are a Christian, whatever belief you have, it should be in your house. As in, save your God for your house, not carry and come to school. You know they, and for politics, you know they even discuss politics. You can't discuss your political. Whoever you're supporting should end in your house. You don't wear your religious signs, for example, cross, your Islamic whatever to work or school. So these people, even I stay close to a church. I've been here for about 6 months. That the freeze, I never hear say they opened that church before.
So what in the con they do there?
I don't know. I think that they go check food, they go free food for there.
Can you imagine?
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile,
We
our
go.
own church here,
I'm in
the poor
Nigeria.
people,
That
the
the
small
freeze.
food where they get, the church go collect them.
No, that the freeze for here. Now, even Muslims that the freeze, I go bust your head. Muslims, they go the church when near me, they go take food. Yes, of course.
That
Even
is
if I want take free food, so that the free for here. If you dey rich or you dey poor, you dey see they go hold you accountable for everything. Now for Nigeria now, they say Christianity. Nobody they go church go thank God. Now television you say yeah president they thank his supporters. He go they promise us say he go make things better. So it's not about for now we need to take religion out. Let's vote for someone who we feel someone who has good intentions for the country. I live in France, sir. And here in France, we know they do religion matter. They've opened my eyes. Nigerian pastors, if you call them for small prayer, that the freeze now bill, now money they go talk about. I don't experience. I call my pastor for prayer. Pastor said 350K that the freeze. When me never see 150 euro for abroad. No, sorry, King Spyro. No, I've been in France for over 2 years. By March, by the grace of God, I'll be by the grace. I'm not come on God. I will be 2 years because now hard work carry me come here, not be. So man, not talk that matter for you.
At the
So
end
that
of the
freeze,
day,
I
we
want to
still
tell
give
you
credit
thank
to
you.
God. But you see, we need to also start taking responsibility and credit for our actions. You see,
Yes,
when
that
there's
freeze.
look at this TB Joshua matter. See the way people are defending him.
Okay, that
When
the
it was
freeze,
R.
yeah.
Kelly's turn, when it was R. Kelly's turn and they accused R. Kelly, radio stations stopped playing his music.
Yes. Daddy, please, yesterday I was on your live when you're talking about it. I listened to everything. Do you know my phone? One of my phones, the battery was about going down. I had to switch to my other phone just to listen. Daddy Freeze, this man know they are alive again. We can't talk about Daddy Freeze. Sorry, we can't talk about. Sorry, my attention just there on this channel alone. We're not going to talk about the dead. Why they not bring them out when it's there alive and it ends there?
I agree with you, but you see, at one stage, somebody has to take responsibility. It's going to get to a point whether alive or the person don't buy, somebody has to take responsibility.
That is it, Daddy Freeze. That is it.
I remember when that building collapsed. People buy. What happened to the case? You see, in as much as I know the way BBC they do their things, and my personal trust for them is minimal. I was alive when that church collapsed. When Lekki Gardens building collapsed, mind you, the building was not in use. They had marked the building because they had a structural problem with the building. I remember the story clearly. The building was not, they abandoned the building because it had issues. People went to start sleeping inside. All those people where they sell Okada, they sell things inside go slow. Then they go sleep inside the building for night. Rain can't fall, the building can't collapse. They hold the guy. How many days did you see them hold anybody in Squan for that collapsed building where Oyinbo people buy inside? In as much as, yes, BBC, they overdo BBC, there are some facts you cannot ignore. Who was picked up? They could just find one. As in the way the case, we were watching the case. Look at that Femi Forshaw case. Look at the way the government intervened. Was that the way the government intervened during the TB Joshua case? Make we ask ourselves questions. In as much as, yes, there is the sentiment that the Oyibo people cannot come and be analyzing us. They'll be messing us up, blah, 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 blah. But we cannot depart from
Daddy Freeze.
the available truth.
Daddy Freeze. The thing is,
Someone said, give praise to God. Give praise to God inside your
yes, I
house.
give praise to
Hold
God
on,
by
hold on. Let me
myself.
tell you, this
Yes.
year, you want to praise God inside your house. You come outside, start taking responsibilities. It starts with those little things. It doesn't make you love God less.
Yes.
It doesn't make you love God less. Those French people that are feeding people inside the church are doing more work than those who are preaching the word of God inside the church.
Yes.
When they give you the food, they don't say God told us to give you the food. They give you the food. That's why Muslims
Yes,
can go
Daddy
there and
Freeze.
eat. That's why
Yes.
Buddhists can go there and eat. That is where we should be going to. We are failing because everything is praise God, praise God, praise God, and God has nothing to do with the things. 90% of the things, God or devil, no day your life. Now you. The one where you make good, you go say na God. The one where you make bad, you go say na God. Let me tell you something. During the era of slave trade, when somebody successfully bought slaves, he will say, "I thank God I got some good slaves." Now God say make you hold other people as slave. Think about it. Think about it.
Daddy Freeze.
It's all emotions. When you see the day Africa gets up, there no leader in the Western world will win election and give credit or praise to God. No. Give credit
No.
and praise to the people who put you there. Because once it is
Yeah.
God, you are giving everything to the creator, which God said, be fruitful and multiply. What are you multiplying? When you are still waiting for God to come and be fruitful inside you. The average Nigerian is waiting for God to sleep with his wife so she can get pregnant.
It's not like that. Here you go to the hospital, Daddy Freeze. Now hospital, if you get headache, if you know if you take Panadol, it not work, you go to the hospital. You see it, Daddy Freeze over here. The system, the system here has made me understand that you have to follow due, as in you have to follow due process. If you're sick, you know go pray. If you go pray for person when they sick bed at the freeze, you'll go jail if you be caregiver. You see,
Did they not
so
do it?
not.
Did they not deport a woman recently? Guys,
Mm-hmm,
did they not deport it? When are you going to learn? Which year, which day are you going to learn? A man was sick. They brought in a Nigerian nurse. Nigerian nurse began pray for him. They deported
yes,
the woman,
yes. The
sacked
thing
her,
is
and
that the freeze,
deported. The
yeah.
story was everywhere. Did you? How many of you read that story? How many
I
of you
read
read
it
that
in Daddy
story?
Freeze. I read it. You know, the thing is, that's why, okay, so when I go to school, yeah, one of the things they teach us, one of
Mm-hmm.
our major courses is about religion. They will tell you, do not, see, don't force your religion on people. The way, like, when I was in Nigeria, you see someone speak to me, you see someone advising me about my religion, saying, oh, you need to give your life to Christ. So you make, no, over here, they don't force their religion on you. If you want to serve God, serve it from your heart, your mind, your soul, your body. No, they're not a force sign. Like the crazy thing is, well, I lived in Nigeria half of my life. I don't spend them for Nigeria. I've spent a year, about 2 years here. So far, waiting I learned from here that the freeze, I bet you, I won't learn them when I did Nigeria. So waiting we really need, yes, I've learned a whole lot from here. I trust me that the freeze, you know, see me before I feel they talk, they argue about religion, politics. You can't see me do that right now because for here they don't make me understand. Say, whoever you want to vote for them for your house, for your mind, not force them on another person. But for Nigeria now, you go out that the freeze, you see say they go there, you see people telling you that, oh, you have to do this, you have to do that. No, that the freeze. So the thing is, I'm a Christian, that the freeze. I'm a Christian. When I wake up, I pray, but no one is forcing Christianity on me. I choose my religion. I choose to. Yes. So Nigerians need to understand that. Nigerians need to understand that serve God from your heart. Don't allow any pastor to force you to sow seeds. No. Over here, people give from their own will. When you go to supermarkets, you see boxes for charity. And those money, these people put it together. They buy food items for immigrants over here. So whatever you give for charity, by Sunday, Wednesday, Monday, you see there are a lot of organizations where people take free food. You can be here without, if you have just 50 or 20, 30 euros, you can survive. So that the thing is, our country we need rehabilitation. They need to rehabilitate our country, not be religion now. It's far from religion. So for everything you say, Daddy Freeze, I'm very happy to be here. I appreciate. Tomorrow I have to go to school this morning, so I'll say good
thank you
night,
so
sir.
much. Thank you so much. Let me let you
I
go.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I'm gonna bring Bongo Lee for
Good
5 minutes.
night, sir.
We have truly missed him, and I'm gonna bring Josh Esek. Thank you. Good night. I didn't get your name, my darling sister.
My name is V, sir.
V.
Yes, sir.
All right, sis. Stay blessed,
Thanks,
V.
sir.
All right, we have Bongo Lee. Bongo Lee, how are you doing? Happy New Year. We have missed you. At a point, you disappeared on us. We can't find you everywhere.
Happy New Year, Nigerians. Happy
Same
New Year,
to you.
everybody. I can't see you at the freeze, and I don't know who is over there.
The
Happy New Year, sir.
gentleman's
Happy
name
New Year,
is
Congolese.
Josh.
Wait, I don't know who that is. I
His
can't see
name
the
is
person.
Josh.
Josh, let's see.
I can see him.
Josh.
All right,
Okay,
Bongo Lee.
so
5 minutes. Exactly. It's all I
yes.
have. Go ahead.
Okay, 5 minutes. Well, honestly, I came to talk about Betta Edu because I've met her before in person here in New York, and I see a lot of misinformation about her and the situation. And I just wanted to just come and clear the air. I'm not trying to speak for her or anything, but there's a lot of misconception about the suspended minister. And it is rather unfortunate. But first, from your title, our youth are not better than the elders. I support that notion. I think that, and I've always said that on your platform for a very, very long time. I think that, in my opinion, that the word youth is just a demograph. The word youth is not an ideology, but it is just a facade that when people say give the youth a chance and they think that it's an ideology. No, it is just a demograph. It is just people that are from the age of 18 to 35, according to Nigeria. That is what they call a youth, 18 to 35 or 18 to 40. There is no difference. It's even worse now because the older guys that loot money in Nigeria, at least you see them buy properties and all of that. However, with the youth of nowadays, or the young people of nowadays, we have a lot of distraction. A whole lot of distraction. People will take money and go to Maldives and all of that stuff and seeing what they are doing on TikTok here and there. No, I'm not talking down on anybody, but there's just so much distraction now. And if Nigeria is to get better and we want better youth and all of that, unfortunately, I think 3 generations have to be neutralized, unfortunately, because almost every Nigerian is corrupt. I'm saying it with my full chest, and let them record me anywhere. Almost every Nigerian is corrupt. According to Senator Dino Milai said, and I quote, the people that are waiting to steal are more than the people currently stealing. Do you think your leaders came from Mars? Now, today that we are speaking, and people will come and start saying use this and that, Daddy Freeze, and to everyone watching us today and listening to our voices today, what is the percentage of our youths that are doing FRAUD things online? I remember the last time I came to Nigeria, my immediate younger brother told me, as we were driving on the road, he said, "Do you know that 7 or 8 in 10 of those guys are pressing?" My younger brother told me that. He said 7 or 8 of them are pressing. We live in a country where people cannot explain their wealth. Unexplainable wealth. Where did you get it from? You only get wealth either from selling goods and or services. selling goods and or services. When I mean selling services, I mean you're a salary earner, or you are selling a trade, or you are working and you're in a certain type of trade. Maybe you're a vulcanizer or this or that, and selling goods. You are a businessman. You are into commerce. So you see people on social media, for example, and they don't have any. You're a big boy on Instagram. You're a big boy on Twitter. You're a big boy on Facebook, on Snapchat, on TikTok, on Thread, or wherever. And you cannot tell us what exactly you do. How would you have a platform and you have 1,000,001 people on your platform and you cannot say, this is what I'm selling? This is what I'm known for. And like I always tell people, the Yahoo boys of today are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. Our hookup girls of today are going to be the leaders of tomorrow. So I will stop here for now. But I wanted to say that, but I still want to address the Betta Edu issue, because I watched a video of you that free somewhere. I saw it somewhere, and that's what triggered me really to come on your program today.
Okay, educate me. I'm willing to learn.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, Daddy Freeze. What do you understand or about this 585 or this Betta Edu? What is the story for you?
Personally,
let me start with
it's just like the regular Nigerian story. Money should not be in your personal account if it is government money. That for me is the problem. Why are you transferring government money to your personal account?
Okay. So Daddy Prince,
So
what if I tell you that
if there's nothing wrong, why did EFCC invite her? Why did Tinubu suspend her?
Okay.
Those are my
so
questions.
what if I tell you that right now nobody knows if money was actually transferred?
So what is now the issue? Why is she trending then?
That is what I'm saying, Daddy Prince. There is so much sensationalism in this story.
Why was she suspended?
Daddy Prince, I'm going to explain. There's so much sensationalism in this story. And we as Nigerians need to pay attention, because they've done something to us and we are blindsided. Now, this is what they did to us. Remember that the former minister, EFCC, requested, for her and all of that stuff for 37 billion naira fraud. Now, I think that 37 billion naira by former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, her name is Farouk. Minister Farouk. That's her name.
Okay.
Because that ministry, since the year 2020 up to 2024 today, the total budget in that ministry is to the tune of 2.8 trillion naira. So averagely, that ministry is doing 500 to 550 billion naira in the budget. This is a ministry that I've always complained and screamed about, that is the cash cow in Nigeria. That is where everybody wants to go to now, because it's unaccounted for and unexplained. And now, this same woman, when people were at home, during the sit-at-home, during the COVID pandemic, this woman was saying that they were feeding kids in school. This is not about me being partisan, APC or whatever. They were doing the feed the child and with conditional cash transfer. They are taking all of this money. They are taking raw cash to markets. How can you even explain that? So back to the story. This woman was being arrested or being detained or being requested to go meet the EFCC, but she's been detained anyway now.
That's
for 37 billion.
The other one.
No, not Betta Edu. Minister Farouk, the former humanitarian minister, Minister for Humanitarian and Poverty Alleviation. That is why I'm saying there's a lot of distraction. So that was the first situation. And then another news broke out. NSIPA, National Social Investment, I've forgotten what the P stands for, and the A, I've forgotten what the P, but the A is agency, which is under the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. That was the lady that moved 44 billion naira in 5 days towards the end of last year, or at the end of last year. Betta Edu was the one that was ringing this alarm. This is what's going in the ministry. Betta Edu is like, this is what I met. Betta Edu moved the N-Power money and moved it to the single treasury account. Now, when all of that was happening, they suspended Halima. Halima is her name. When they suspended Halima, then a couple of days later, we started hearing, we saw that memo, 585 million naira. We saw that memo. Okay, what is going on? Then, back and forth here and there, Accountant General got involved and all of that. Now, this is where I will fault Betta. I am not sitting here and saying that Betta didn't do what they say she did, or didn't do, or however that English is. But what I would say here is that she was naive. And I'll tell her to her face if I see her. I've been opportune to see her in New York anyway. She was naive. She was ignorant. She had the youthful exuberance. She was my former woman leader in APC. She's a young achiever. She was commissioner of health in Cross River. She's doing, she's a high achiever. But I'll tell her this truth. And then she was eager to impress.
Impress who?
Oh, she was eager to impress.
My question is, impress who?
Impress Nigerians. Now, let me give an example here.
Let's make this public here. Betta Edu's people, I want to hear from you. Make it make sense to me. Because you see, in as much as you are still, by the time you are done, to me, she still sounds guilty. Even after the explanation you have made. I don't know. Am I wrong, guys?
No, Daddy Freeze, let me interject here. There's something else that I want to talk about here. In the federal ministry, there are norms, and this is the right way to do things. According to that memo that we saw that was rejected, those were the norms. But are those norms the right way? No. They know what is right. She flouted, based on that memo itself, she flouted at least 4 financial regulatory laws in Nigeria. 4. Anti-money laundering. Then they have the Finance Act and 2 other acts. Now, the thing here is, she busted something. And after busting that thing that she busted, then they came for her. And because she was naive, then they got her. I am not saying
one thing is, I was wondering, because in government, 500 million is very small money. That made me wonder that normally now 50 billion, 30 billion, and so that they move money. So that's so 500 million. I can look and say, I think they won't set this girl up. But you see, at the end of the day, the more the case is developing, the less innocent she seems to be. For me, from my personal opinion, that's why I said maybe her people should come and they should come to this live. I'm ready to host them. May they come explain what really happened. Now, you remember what they said about the other former minister, Agunloye? The money involved in that case was $3 billion.
Which one?
Olu Agunloye, former minister.
Who is Olu?
The trending FCC case like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. They said just Google Olu Agunloye, $3 billion. So when I hear those kind of $3 billion,
I didn't hear that one. Olu Agunloye, I didn't hear that one. I don't know what you're talking about at the face.
Maybe Google, just as you get spare phone.
If there's another name,
Olu Agunloye, just type it. Type $3 billion.
$3 billion.
That's just type it. That's what they were saying. They were dealing with then. Olu Agunloye.
That name doesn't ring a bell. Respectfully, sir.
Billion. Just type that thing I said you should type. Premium.
I can't type any.
Now even 6 billion. 6 billion hydropower project. EFCC declares former minister wanted.
Oh, that is the man under former President Obasanjo. Yes, that was one. Yes, that's in Power. I remember what you're talking about. Yes, I remember now.
So
That was
what
one
I'm
of
trying to
the
say, I'm not
ministers.
saying he took the money, but when I hear government money, those are the kind of monies that we hear. Not 500 million naira is about $350,000.
Daddy Freeze, what I'm saying here is, I am not saying she did or she didn't do it. I am saying that that money itself did not come out.
But
Do you
you see,
understand what I'm
as
saying?
far as I'm concerned, was there an intention for the money to come out? That's enough.
No, Daddy Freeze, what I'm saying, that is enough when that is the norm in the ministry. Daddy
That's why
Freeze,
I
we are
said,
going.
you know what? Betta Edu's people. Both Bongoli is not convincing me, and I'm not convincing
Daddy Freeze, I'm
Bongoli.
not done yet. I'm not done yet, Daddy Freeze. I'm not done yet because we are missing the bigger picture here.
Okay, what's the bigger picture?
The bigger picture here is that nobody is talking about the former Minister of Humanitarian Affairs. That I feel, this is me. This is me, what I think. That may have looted, allegedly, hundreds of billions of naira. Nobody's talking about Alima anymore. That moved factually over 44 billion naira in 5 days. That was suspended. People are now talking about Betta Edu. Remember, Betta Edu was cleaning up the system.
Let me ask
I
you
am
a
not
question,
there.
Bongoli. Is this because you are APC? Because I'm seeing a
No.
So you are what you are saying is genuine, not because you are also APC.
Daddy Freeze, I just said that she flouted 4 laws.
Okay.
Didn't I say?
Let me allow the other gentleman to talk. I'm supposed to have rounded off since. Brother, how are you doing?
I'm sorry, but Daddy Freeze, to clear, I'm sorry, my brother, but to clear all doubts here, I said she flouted 4 laws.
Okay.
And I called the laws on your program. So I am not in any way defending her. I am saying Nigerians look at the full picture. And lastly, before I go, Daddy Freeze, then there's the Olubumi Ojo, the guy the star boy. And now he's kind of like linked to it. And people are calling for his head. Are you not seeing what I'm seeing? This is top level conspiracy here. Like you did something wrong. You flouted 4 laws. Yes, we agree. But now nobody's talking about all the things that other people have done. But they are focusing on only you. So it's like if you say we should go down, then everyone else is going down. I am not supporting.
Let me allow this gentleman to say something. Thank you so much, Bongoli. I'm just actually rounding off. I should have rounded off about 10 minutes ago. Brother,
all right.
How are you
Daddy
doing?
Freeze, thanks for allowing. This is my first time coming on live. And Bongoli, I greet you. So I really appreciate this opportunity. So I just want to comment on few things before hanging off. So number one, I'll talk about religion. I quite agree with what the other lady living in France actually spoke about. At least everything he said, which I've experienced. So back to your topic, our youths are not anyway better than our leaders. Honestly, even if I'm trying as much as possible to agree with this because I was there before I've actually jackpot to Scotland. What I would say is this. I think the average Nigerian youths that are hardworking, which I believe I belong to that category, we have no place in the system of Nigerian government like the way it has been structured, except we want to go the other way around to do things we wouldn't have done. So if I'm given the opportunity to actually be in the position of leadership, even when I know that it's all about serving the people, not going, but the way the system has been structured, I think most people will actually want to do the other way around, just going there to loot money and be a disservice to the people. That's number one, because back then in Nigeria, I used to be a banker, and honestly, it was like I'm nobody. So apart from being a banker, these have also crossed across the even our nurses, our doctors. We could see the
I know
exodus
you
from the
mentioned one of
country.
my former colleagues, Ijoma.
Yes.
Are
Yeah.
you her husband or her brother?
Husband.
Where is she?
We're in Scotland.
Hey, I was trying to remember who is Ijoma. Ijoma. I can't remember. Hey, Ijoma that married the. You are from Akwa Ibom or Cross River?
Edo State.
Because I know she's pure Igbo.
Yeah, pure Igbo, number.
She used to be my personal. How is Scotland?
Beautiful.
Oh, thank God. We go
Beautiful.
vibe. We go vibe. We go vibe. Well.
So,
It's beautiful, but a bit cold this period.
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm not really because of the way the system is, so I don't really want to really get involved with whatever thing that's happening politically. So I'll just leave it at the aspect of religion. So your teaching has been a very great one, as in it has liberated. I will speak for myself personally. So honestly speaking, religion is a mess in the country. Too many emotions, too many extremists. Even when they see the light, they refuse to acknowledge. So I really, really going to appreciate you for being a lifesaver to many of us. So I just want to buttress a little bit about what that lady said. Over here, just keep your God to yourself. Don't bring it to the public and all that. So I can attest to this particular fact that most churches here has been turned into bar where you go and drink. Yeah. And I've drank one of the sweetest wine or beer in the so-called church building. Yeah, it was beautiful. So that doesn't make God not God. It doesn't change anything. It's all about moral. I can see what they call these people, LGBT people, right? I can vibe with them. They are no threat to me. There's respect for everybody. There's so that for me that is everything. But I'll be more friendly to those people than being a friend to a pastor that I don't know what it like. You understand a pastor that can be harmful. So let me just for me not to just talk to my God, I believe we all know these things. So honestly, I quite agree with what that lady is saying. Religion is just something else. But over here, it is just beautiful, honestly.
Greet your wife for me. Make she no go fight you trouble. I know say that year when I dey preach this thing for office, she follow they fight me. Make she no go fight you.
Honestly, as long as you're not lazy, you are hardworking, you live a good life. That is just it. Do I want to live in Nigeria? Come back to Nigeria? Why not? Of course, beautiful place, but can I fit into that system right now? No way.
No.
So please, that's all I just have to contribute.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Bongos.
Thank you so much.
Baba, I love you too much,
Daddy, please give me 1 minute. Please, Daddy, please give me 1 minute. Let me just clear something.
I'm exhausted and I'm working with time, and I'm the one that's sorting my son out to school tomorrow.
I know. So, I'm sorry, Daddy. Please, I crave your indulgence. 1 minute. I'm very quick. Okay, 30 seconds, guys. I am in no way supporting her. If I said she has flouted 4 laws, our financial laws, and they're investigating her, and if the EFCC finds her guilty, I recommend whatever punishment should be meted on her. Whatever she sees, she gets. I am not in any way supporting her, but I just want you all to open your eyes and see the clear picture. Lastly, hold the banks responsible, because none of this corruption and fraud and this movement of money won't be made possible without the connivance of banks. Your friends that are bankers, your brothers and sisters that are bankers, you people that are bankers, you need to watch the banks in Nigeria. That is where the money moves. That's how they move the money abroad. I rest my case. Thank you very much, everyone.
God bless you, Bongoli. Happy to have you this year. God bless you, Josh.
Yeah,
take care, everyone. I love you all.